Before we get into it, can I just remark how amazing everybody looked at the anniversary march for the March on Washington? Like, not only do they look wonderful, like those kids marching, the YMCA kids with the army rags and stuff, I was like, y'all better go. But the sentiment of it all, the beauty of it all, we got to bring that back on, y'all. So let's talk about this a little bit. Hey you guys, it's your girl Natural. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please, 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 I need you to subscribe. Because when you subscribe, basically it helps us find each other. It helps us connect so that we can have these wonderful conversations. We talk about all types of stuff on this channel. I just basically talk about whatever's on my mind. Before we talk about how the Freedom Caucus and the Republican Party are literally like holding the country hostage, like they keep doing, it's weird. I just wanted to tell you guys the story about this cross. So you guys know, or most of you guys who follow my channel know, that I am on my catechism course with the Catholic Church. I was raised Muslim. My parents are converts, but I come from a long line of Christians, and basically since I was like a kid, I felt like I was wearing a dress that was too tight in Islam, even though it's a beautiful religion, and I just always wanted to know who Jesus was. And I'm 32 now. When I turned 20 or 21, I went to the Unitarian Church. Basically, long story short, y'all, it's been a long journey for me to get to the Catholic Church, but I finally fell home. And when my dad was alive, my dad was a very devout Muslim, and he was very proud of his faith and his religion, but he was always supportive of me. And when he was alive, I actually was still connecting with the Unitarian Church, and this was probably back in like 2015. My dad was a painter, and like my husband works in construction, and they both have this in common. They just my dad would always come home with like random crap, and he just would never ever throw anything away. And I'd be like, Dad, oh my God, no, I don't want that. That's junk. I know. And one day he brought home this cross, back in like 2015, and he passed in 2019. And I kept it, usually at least when I was younger, when I was a bratty teenager, I probably would have just thrown it away or would have got lost somewhere or something. But it's literally painted on the back, it's like a silver cross with a glass center. Somebody painted blue on the back of it to make it blue, I guess. And I just thought it was kind of peculiar, like the silver cross painted and with paint and crap on it. But at the same time, I never got rid of it. And I was looking through my old files, like literally going through some boxes of old files, and I found this cross, and it literally was like the day, it was on Sunday. It was right before church. I just had randomly looked in the box. I was looking for a wallet, and I found this. I was like, oh, I know. That's also weird that I was looking in a documents box for a wallet. Anyway, okay, guys, I'm not a left-brained person. This is just the way that my brain works. But anyway, I love it so much. But anyway, really quickly, I don't want to make this video really long or anything, but the government might shut down, guys. The government might shut down. You guys remember that thing like a while back where the government almost shut down because the Republican Party has become so divisive, and they literally, everything is about power, and if they don't get what they want, they basically threaten to F up stuff. And the Freedom Caucus basically came out with this manifesto via Senator McCarthy of like, if you don't stop the rhetoric towards President Trump and the witch hunt towards President Trump, if you don't take this woke ideology up out of the military, and if you don't give us Hunter Biden's laptop, I mean, it's not really like that, but that's essentially what it was, that they're going to shut down the government. Literally cost the American economy millions of dollars every day that the government is shut down. The last time that the government shut down in 2019, one of the longest, I think it was the longest of anything of its type, People, government people, and I'm not just talking about one or two, lots of them had to go pick up jobs at McDonald's to help pay for food for their kids. You know, white collar workers having to go and take 2 and 3 jobs to take care of their kids. And this is what Republicans are willing to do. You know, it's like, I just wanted to say this. We recently talked about the useless GOP primary debate. I feel like there are a lot of people out there, not to their fault at all. They're just misinformed. And I know me, in 2016, I feel like I had given up. I feel like I was disgruntled with politics. I had given up. I was angry. And so I really just did not engage the way that I should have. Many people didn't engage in 2016 the way they should have. And the result of that was what we have today. A government that is not functioning the way that it needs to. Whether you're Republican or Democrat, you know, you have to admit things are not getting done the way that they're supposed to. It's because those divisive voices made a lot of young people, I'm sorry, I'm talking to you Gen Z and millennials, like me, millennials, we dropped the ball. We dropped the ball, guys. We dropped the ball. It's really important for us to not drop the ball. In 2016, I was purposefully uninformed because basically the far right media was basically telling me, oh, you don't need to worry about politics. There are some people who will take care of it for you. And politics, which I literally cared about so much. I mean, I was at protests when I was 15 years old for the environment and for racism. Literally, like 14 and 15 years old, way before it was a cool thing to post on Instagram or Black Lives Matter. I worked on Obama's 2008 campaign canvassing around my neighborhood as a teenager. I think I was like 16 or 17 years old. Like, I literally was so proud of myself the first time that I voted in 2012. And then 2016 rolled up, and I did not realize that the far right had, like, brainwashed me into, like, I mean, it's a real thing. Look up the voter rights, how they're trying to attack voter rights and stuff. Anyway, long story short, this is specifically talking to millennials and Gen Z, but also everybody. I know that this stuff is really difficult to understand. I know it's kind of weird to understand the Electoral College, the Senate, Congress, all that stuff. But, I mean, we have to, the reasons that this is happening right now is because the Republican Party is fractured. If you want to understand why, go look at my 3-part series that I just posted about why the GOP primary debate was useless. It's imperative that you vote blue, you vote Democrat in 2024, and that doesn't just mean the president, but that means who's sitting in the House, who's sitting in the Senate, who's sitting in Congress, who's sitting in your local government, you know, who's sitting in the mayor's office, who your councilmen and councilwomen are, who your governors are. It's important for 2024 that all of those people be voted blue. Okay, I don't want to make a blanket statement like all of those people. If you really, really believe it in your heart that somebody who's Democrat is like the spawn of Satan and, you know, that they're just not a good choice, of course, vote green, vote Republican, vote independent, however you want to do it. But right now, the Republican Party is fractured. How can you know it? It's because they are willing to let America burn for their power. And this power is not going to the everyday average Republican voters. It's only going to a small subgroup of very rich Republican donors and billionaires. And it hurts us. Millennials, y'all, we can't buy houses the way that our parents did. Gas prices, we can't afford gas for our cars. If you are a government worker and you're a millennial and the government shut down, we know that your booty is going to be calling up mama, calling up daddy, calling up granddaddy for rent money because we don't have any savings as millennials, because this is what the modern day Republican Party has left us. It's up to us right now, guys. I'm going to try to post in this video Ballotpedia, okay? Rock the Vote, Ballotpedia. They're 2 really good resources. But Ballotpedia will show you every single election that's going on in your district, in your state. It'll show you congressional elections. It'll show you about the presidential one. It'll show you Senate. It'll show you governors, okay? And Rock the Vote will really help you understand about how all of it kind of works. But you can also go on YouTube. You can go on TikTok. You know, if you want to understand more how, you know, a bill gets passed into law. If you want to understand more about the House and the Senate. You want to understand the Electoral College. Guys, don't be afraid to just chip away at it. You know, there's so many resources out there. Go to a traditional library and get some books as well if you're really, really brave. Don't buy into the rhetoric that you don't have to worry about it. Some people got it in their hands. But the government is about to shut down, guys. I'm almost pretty certain of it. If they don't reach that October 1st, I feel like on October 1st it's either going to shut down or it's going to shut down right at the beginning of 2024. But, you know, the Freedom Caucus is they're being tyrants, but at the same time, justice wins. Love wins. Hate does not win. Love wins. So eventually, karma catches up, justice catches up. We see that from Donald Trump. So here's the website I was talking about, Ballotpedia. So you can see here it's telling you about the Congress elections, the Freedom Caucus that's causing all this trouble. Yeah, they sit in Congress. So you can see there's a lot of helpful information on here, and generally the economy does better when the Democrats are controlling the House and controlling the Senate. Like, it just, I feel like the Republican Party, I don't want to knock them or anything because I do consider myself a centrist. I feel like the economy can do good with the Republican Party as well, but they need to take all of their personal ideas out. So guys, go on Ballotpedia, go on Rock the Vote, take a look, let me know what you think, and if you're new to this channel, remember to go ahead and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!